We were there, Brian. It happened the Thursday of Super Bowl week when the trade deadline went nutty, and Durant shows up in Phoenix, and people there are flipping out about it and can't wait. When do we see him, do you think, for the Suns?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so the Suns are at about an hour from now. We're going to go through their first practice post All-Star. They were the last team to finish first. The end of the first half is kind of laughable. There's only 20 games left, but so they get the benefit of not having to start until Friday. So they're having their first practice after All-Star weekend today. But Rich, I don't think Durant's going to be ready to go by tomorrow. He wants to do some live contact because he hasn't played, full 5-on-5 in 6 weeks. He wants to do some live contact and see how his knee responds to that. So they haven't announced he's not going to play tomorrow for all you folks who may place a wager. But I would not bet on it, nor would I buy a ticket for tomorrow's game if you were thinking about seeing Durant. They do play Sunday in Milwaukee, and as much as my executive friends at ESPN would love to see him debut in that ABC game against the Bucks, there's a chance that that's going to be no Durant, no Giannis. And that I think it's most likely, although Milwaukee isn't ruled out, it's most likely next Wednesday in Charlotte against the woebegone Hornets, which is a much more comfortable first opponent than the Bucks, if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, the woebegone Hornets is a great way to put it because the Hornets were one of those teams that was a seller on trade deadline. And just, which team do you think improved itself the most? Let's remove Durant from the equation because clearly, that is one
I was going to say,
as well.
The team I'm with.
give me one that we're not talking about that you think, they really did a great job. Give me that one.
So the Clippers, for what the Clippers traded, for what they got back, I thought they upgraded nicely. Then they took this Westbrook gamble, which I've really been thinking about it ever since Monday when it came down, trying to wear it. And I think I'm kind of in the same boat that the Clippers were because I think they weren't 100% on board from a front office standpoint at the start. Paul George is probably the biggest Russell Westbrook fan in the NBA, and he lobbied publicly and privately the Clippers to make that move. And so they had just really started playing their best basketball of the season. They made some nice additions at the deadline, and Kawhi Leonard is playing the best basketball he has since he tore his ACL in the playoffs 2 years ago. And so they do that. So they're a team that I just like where they were as a team, and now I'm not sure the Westbrook thing. And the other team I'll mention is the Memphis Grizzlies. So the Grizzlies have lost. I think they hit the break having lost. I think 9 of their last 13 games. They lost position in the Western Conference. Denver now has a 5-game lead, I think, for the number 1 seed. And one of the reasons they've really struggled this year is they've been just dreadful shooting the ball. They've got Desmond Bane, and that's about it. So they went out and traded for Luke Kennard. And you wouldn't say that Luke Kennard is a difference-making player, but he's one of the top. He was the number 1 3-point shooter in the NBA last year. I think he's in the top 3 again this year. And so to have him as an option, adding him to that roster, that you have the ability to add one of the best 3-point shooters in the league, he could make a nice difference for them for a team that was already pretty competitive when they were healthy.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.